And since you mentioned that, Mr. Ambassador, how does that make you feel? It's like now we're rising up to help Haiti. How does that make you feel?
I'm in mourning, so to speak, in my heart because of so many of my brothers and sisters killed in this catastrophe. But at the same time, I have to say I'm overwhelmed and feel some happiness inside because for the first time, I see not only America first, but the whole world rising up and coming to the help of Haiti. I see the solidarity that did not exist when we first gained our independence in 1804. In fact, we were ostracized. And now, almost all countries are saying, oh, they deserve more than they have gotten in the past. So that really warms my heart.
And as you said this morning, I believe you said it's a new day for such a time as this. This is why all this is happening. And for those who were there, they heard that powerful sermon/history lesson that you gave because unfortunately there's a lot of myths we have about Haiti. And I believe you set us straight. And
well, I hope I set you straight. I hope that a lot of people have come to know more about Haiti. And that's another thing that I think it has warmed my heart, that this catastrophe is allowing me, and not only myself, but others, to really put the history of Haiti in front page of everybody, in the front pages of the newspapers, in the front pages of the TV, radio, and in people's front page eyes.
Right. And like it said today, you are someone in demand right now because you are giving a lot of information because maybe others aren't available for some reason.
That's true.
But I want to ask you a two-part question. Well, let's talk about the day of the earthquake, which is January the 12th. I believe it lasted about 30 seconds, correct? Something like that.
Something like that.
Registered 7.0 on the Richter scale.
Yes.
And when all was said and done, damage of catastrophic proportions. All right. One, how do you wrap your mind around all that took place down there?
I happen to have placed a telephone call about 15, 20 minutes after the earthquake hit, when I found out about it. And I placed the call to the Secretary General of the President, somebody very close to the President, and somebody with whom I have very close relations. His name is Fritz Longchamp. And he used to be in Washington. He used to be an ambassador to the UN and used to be Minister of Foreign Affairs. But, I know he always answers his phone when I call. And lo and behold, he answers. And I say, Fritz? He says, Ray, how did you get to me? I say, well, I dial your phone. He says, you know what? I just parked my car and I'm walking and I have my phone and you're the first call I got.
Wow.
Because the buildings are crumbling on both sides of the streets. And I'm walking, going home, not knowing whether I'll get there because there's a bridge to cross and I don't know whether the bridge stood it. I say, have you spoken to everybody? Anybody, to the president? He says, no. I said, but you're usually the last one to leave the palace. And this was 5 o'clock. He says, a mystery. That day he left the palace at 4 because of a meeting he had to go to at 5 p.m.
Isn't that something?
Someplace, which he did not make the day before. So he was trying to make the meeting this time.
Wow.
And that's the way I was able to get firsthand what was going on.
And I think the Haitian government reported or estimated that there were 200,000 killed who lost their lives and 80,000 buried in mass graves.
As of yesterday, the figure of those already found went up to 125,000.
Wow.
And
Official.
it's estimated.
Official. Okay.
And it's estimated that there will be 150 to 200,000 victims, casualties. Dead. Then there are the wounded and all this.
Yeah, wow. Well, the second question is what is your ambassadorial role in something like this? Because you have been appearing on the media a lot. So what is your role as ambassador?
As ambassador in general, I represent my country here in the United States. And I am the representative or the president of Haiti to the United States. When I had no instructions, because I couldn't get instructions, the president is nowhere to be found, neither the prime minister nor my boss, immediate boss, who is the minister of foreign affairs. I took matters into my own hands with the bit of information I had anywhere. And since I think I speak English, I tried to explain to the people what's going on. In the meantime, I cannot find officials, but I have connection to the State Department. I have connection to the Dominican government next door, and I have other civilian contacts. That's the role of an ambassador, not to be narrow, to be broad, and you have resources at your disposal at places you would not imagine. So I think I became very well knowledgeable of what was happening and what was going on.
Right.
I'm the first one to ask. I took upon myself to go to the State Department and ask that certain things be done for my country, such as securing the airport because the tower fell. Yeah. Help me get communications going again, which they did. And I asked for a hospital ship very quickly. They said the U.S. Comfort is nowhere to be found. We'll send 2 cutters. And the U.S. Comfort was supposed to arrive on the 22nd. I haven't even called to find out whether it arrived. But, you know, all these things.
I believe it did.
Okay, all these things, you ask, as the pastor did, and you receive.
Right, right. Well, Pastor, with everything that happened this morning, are you surprised at Charlottesville's response to what you've done, what other organizations are doing? Are you surprised that we have, you know, just risen up as a city to help out?
Not really, because I believe that there's a global awakening that's occurring here. And if you remember in one of our segments of Breaking the Chains, we had talked about the fact that these next several years there's going to be a global awakening. And because of this catastrophe, I've had the opportunity, I think like with a lot of people, you know, was it January the 12th when it actually, the earthquake actually happened. Right. I think everyone will agree that at 4:50, Haiti was not even an afterthought. It was probably no thought in the minds of many. Right. Now it stands center stage. And you have now people, you know, Googling, wanting to find out more about Haiti, its history. They're learning about some of the illustrious history that Haiti has had. And with it being the type, or having the type of history that it's had, it's revealing to a lot of people about a nation of people who would rather die than be defeated. Wow. And over 500 years of constant struggle to gain that very precious commodity that we call freedom.